Hi, this is Kevin Thomas Morgan here again with another impromptu video about peripheral artery disease, or PAD. Kim McNicholas of Way to My Heart asked me if I could make a video explaining the difference between intensity walking versus endurance walking for growing collaterals. I base my training on the level of pain. I use a 5-pain scale, not a 10 scale. I mean, who can tell the difference between a 7 and an 8, for instance? And so a 1 is mild discomfort, 2 is distinct discomfort, 3 is the onset of mild claudication, 4 is fairly severe claudication, and 5 is the level at which there is dysfunction. Your feet start slapping the ground, you have a lot of pain, and so every few minutes you've got to stop, let your calves refill with blood, and we all know what that looks like. It hurts a lot. And then you start again. Well, I created 2 graphs using my sports watch. I did the first one, I did endurance, which I kept the pain level between 3 and 4. And the second, that afternoon, a few hours later, I did intensity, where I took it up to 5, and I had to keep stopping. The difference between the two for the 5K distance was intensity only gained me 5 minutes over the roughly hour it took me to cover the 5K, which is just over 3 miles. Anyway, what I'm going to show you now is the difference between the two, but the best thing to do is go and look at these graphs and look at them carefully where you have place to digest them. It presents my pace and my cadence, and you can see when I have to stop. The endurance graph, the stops are just for intersections, somebody coming the other way with a dog, stuff like that. Whereas in the case of the intensity, you can see I have to stop every few minutes until my pain level drops back from 5, and I take it back to about a 2 when my calf isn't hurting so much. So take a look at these 2 graphs on my website, or here on the video if you can see them, and you will see the difference. What we need to know, though, and we need research on this, is which is more effective for growing collaterals. For my training, I do intensity once or twice a week, no more, and the rest I do endurance, where I keep the pain level between 3 and 4. But now, after 10 years working on this problem, I can walk at a regular pace with no claudication at all, unless there's a steep hill. If I pick up the pace, then my calves start to hurt, and so then I have to back off. Anyway, that's it. So there are 3 ways basically to walk with PAD. No pain at all, which is, if you're lucky, you can do that, which you actually can train for. A pain level between 3 and 4 on a scale from 0 to 5, where you can keep going and there's no dysfunction, but there is considerable pain, especially claudication of the calves. And 5, where you maintain a 5 pain level, but you have to keep stopping on a regular basis to get blood back in your calf. Anyway, so that's it. That's the best I could really do to explain what is a little complicated, but it's not so complicated if you look at the graphs on inspirational self-help books on the Keep Your Feet page. So that's it. Okay, I hope that helps, and over and out from Fit Old Dog.